let's go over the Matfer black carbon steel frying pan to help you make a better informed buying decision. So I'm gonna go over this pan, what I like about it, talk about the different features of this pan and why they matter, then go over the seasoning of this pan, and then go over a demo of me cooking a steak and eggs. That way you can see if this is a pan that you should pick up. Okay, so let's just have a look at the pan itself. So this is the 12 5/8 inch pan. It is quite big. It is 100% carbon steel. There's no PTFE, PFOA, or any chemicals in this. It is made in France and is an incredibly sturdy pan. So this pan weighs 5 pounds and 3 ounces. So it is pretty heavy. It's not quite as heavy as a cast iron pan. That's what a lot of comparisons are to these carbon steel pans, but it's gonna be something to pick up. What I love about this pan is it is rivetless. I absolutely hate rivets in pans. So many times food gets stuck there and it's incredibly annoying to clean off, and not having a rivet in here is just really incredible. What I also like about this is the handle. It doesn't get that hot. So you can hold this as you're frying and you won't have any problems with it getting too hot. But it also is a very long handle, as you can see, which is also really nice. So the build of this, the look of it, really high quality, and it's definitely a statement piece in your kitchen. Okay, so the seasoning of this, when you do get it, you do need to season the pan. It comes unseasoned, and it's recommended by Matfer to have 2/3 cup oil, 1/3 cup of salt, and then the skins of 2 potatoes. You want to fry that for around 15 minutes. You want to do that twice. So it does take a little bit to season this, but once you have it seasoned, you should be good to go for some time. It's also important to note you don't want to put anything acidic in here because that'll unseason the pan. So tomatoes, lemon juice, you want to avoid cooking that in this pan. So why would you want to have a carbon steel pan, a big, heavy carbon steel pan? One of the biggest benefits of this pan is it heats up quickly and it distributes the heat evenly. And it's also good at retaining the heat as well. So that's, of course, what you'd want in a pan so you can cook your food evenly and quickly. I'm sure we have all had pans before that just don't distribute heat really well or don't retain heat really well, and they just get too cold quickly. And then, of course, has an effect on the food that you're cooking. And this is compatible with all stovetops. You can throw this in the oven. You can have this on a campfire, which is really cool. And this is great for searing your meats, chicken, pork, steak, fish. And it's also great for sauteing vegetables. One thing I don't like about this is you can't put it in the dishwasher. I mean, no one likes cleaning pans, so it's always nice to just throw it in the dishwasher, but it isn't that big of an issue. But overall, this is really great for daily use. It is on the heavier side, but it is manageable. Like, I don't feel like it's way too much to pick up all the time. And it'll just definitely require a little more upkeep than your other pans, this carbon steel pan. Once you get this seasoned, the non-stick properties of this are great. So let's go over a demo of me cooking steak and eggs just so you can see how good this pan is. Okay, so let's go ahead and cook our New York strip steak first. Of course, I salt and peppered both sides of the New York strip steak, and we'll go ahead and lay it away. And we'll use the metal tongs because with carbon steel, we can do metal on metal and it won't scratch. So that's also what's nice about carbon steel. So you can have your metal utensils and it's not a problem at all with any scratching. So once we cook this side, we'll just add in some garlic and then finish it off with some butter and baste the steak with a little bit of that butter. So it's important to note with this pan, about half the handle gets hot. Of course, the first half gets too hot to touch, but the other half, you can touch it just fine. It is a little warm. I've had this pan on here for 20 minutes at a time, medium high heat, and it's still safe to touch. It'd probably be best to have a silicone handle on here just so you remember not to touch the bottom part of the handle, and you still might accidentally touch the bottom half. And with the pan kind of this heavy, having it on the bottom half, it's not a problem, but it's just a little bit heavier. So some people might want to get closer to the actual pan itself, so it'll be a little bit lighter. So a silicone sleeve is recommended. Yeah, look at the bottom, a perfect even sear on the entire steak. Just leave it a little bit longer. Again, that's one of the great things about this pan and why you'd want to get this pan. Heats up quickly, even heat distribution, and maintains that heat. All right, first let's get the fat on the side, the other side as well. This little piece of fat right there, just render it out. And you can see just how beautiful that golden brown is on this New York strip steak. You just don't get this with other pans. Just this even sear, and then we'll throw in our garlic. Go ahead and add the garlic now. Again, if you had thyme, rosemary, you could throw that in at this point as well. We'll just add a little extra garlic here. It gives you a nice fragrance, and you can already smell the garlic. Again, no rivet, so no mess on the rivet. All right, let's go ahead and throw in some butter. Let that melt a little bit, swirl it around, and then start basting the top of the steak here. Get the butter, oil at the bottom, just a little bit of a baste on the steak. Keep it nice and moist. Go ahead and just peek at the bottom of the steak. Again, nice even sear. We need another minute. Give it one more quick baste and check to see it's good to go yet. Just a little bit longer. All right, and this steak is ready to go. Slides out nice and easily, just like that. The garlic on top, and you are ready to go. So now let's cook an over easy egg. So we've gone ahead and put the butter in. You want to make sure you use plenty of butter. That way you don't have any issues with it sticking. Put in the egg. And we'll go ahead and just loosen up the edges and get ready to flip it. Okay, flip it and just cook it on the other side for a couple seconds. I accidentally broke yolk there, and you can turn off the heat. And there we have an over easy egg. So who is this frying pan for? Anyone who wants to have high quality cookware, who wants to add a little more professionalism to their cooking. Again, it heats up quickly, evenly, retains heat. So this is exactly what you want when cooking food. And for someone who doesn't want to have to clean a rivet. So for me, this has been a pan that's worked really well, and it's definitely worth checking out.